I'm so anxious just to feel the silence. It's so quiet, but I hear you saying to me, baby, say our time we're making up time. Times you wasn't with me waking up.
Happy Thursday, Tea Squad. It's me, Keisha, and I am here with a new behind-the-scenes tea on the Real Housewives of Potomac star, Candiace Bassett. We have not heard much from her here lately, but she was on the red carpet this week, and she discussed all things Real Housewives of Potomac and the Traitors. You know, she's on the upcoming season, which I'm super excited about. She gave us some tea on that. She also gave her opinion on Karen being released from jail early. And would she ever film with Monique again? I think you're going to be shocked at what she says. But first, let's get into the tea that she has on the Traitors.
I can give you some Traitors tea. So... Traitors will be coming to a Peacock near you very soon. I can tell you that the way that it ends, somebody's getting cussed out at the reunion. By yours truly. Somebody's getting cussed out. And they know who they are. Oh, it's going to be epic. I've run through it in my mind. I don't rehearse reads, but in my mind, I've played over in my mind what I'm going to say to this person because, ooh, you tried me. Other than that, though, I loved it. Traitors was the best experience of my life. I didn't want to go because it's I don't run. I don't roll around in the hay. I'm not doing this. This is too much. But it was the best experience of my life. The cast is amazing. Truly, we need 6 Emmys just for the cast. But there's always one. And that one, I'm going to get you.
Baby, I cannot wait. Because they are really amping this new season of The Traitors up. Even Alan Cummins, the host, said that something so big is going to happen that is going to shock everybody. And then with Candiace saying what she said, I'm like, what the happened? Now, I do know that Candiace and Portia fall out again because they're both on this upcoming season of The Traitors. Yeah. And Candiace ain't feeling your girl at all. As you can see, she unfollowed Portia literally right after filming Wrapped for The Traitors. So I got a feeling that whatever she's alluding to that happened at the end of the season had to do with Portia. I really think that Portia probably screws her over in the end. And if that is the case, baby, I am going to scream, okay? And I cannot wait for this quote unquote cussing out, baby, because I can only imagine the back and forth between these two. Oh, baby, that will be one for the books. So I will be seated and planted for the upcoming season of The Traitors. Also, like I said, Candiace had this to say about Karen being released early from jail.
Karen was released from prison recently.
Yes.
You were on the show with her for many seasons. I don't think I ever got the chance to ask you what you thought about her going to prison for the DUI. But what were your thoughts about hearing that she's home?
I was elated. I think we were all kind of surprised that she was released earlier than her original release date.
Right.
I was so happy. People make mistakes, and it could have been anyone. I know people are really hard on her and want to, really throw the book at her. But I'm more inclined to give her grace, and I've spoken to her. She's doing really well.
Right.
She's resting. She's recalibrating. I felt for her children so much. That's their mom, and she's the North Star of her family.
Right.
And so for her to be away, I know it was hard on them. So I was really in prayer for them. and for her and Ray, but really for her kids. So I'm just so happy that she's home and that she's, you know, resting and taking time. And when she's ready to pop out, she gonna pop out. I'm sure there's gonna be books and movies and all kinds of deals coming her way, and she will take it in with grace and poise, and we'll learn something. She's gonna teach us something in this new era of her life.
Well, that was very nice of her to say, very politically correct. She didn't give too much tea on the topic, for real. I didn't even trip off the fact that we have not heard anything from Karen since she was released from prison, which I actually think is a good idea. I think that she does need to just relax, get her mind together, get her team together, and really put together a strategy for her moving forward and the steps that she's going to take. I think that, frankly, what would make her look even better in the public eye after all of this is not just to do interviews and all of that stuff. I think that she needs to really get out there and work in the community. I think that she might need to take an extra step of denouncing drinking, talking about sobriety, you know, anything that will put a positive spin on this crazy situation of hers. But I do think she needs to do like one interview, one sit down, talk about her experience, and then move on from it. I want to see her promoting products. You know, I want to see her really get back out there in the field for real. I would actually love to read a book on Karen. I think that she's had a very interesting life, considering the fact that she grew up in this rural, small town, the lineage of her family, how she got to where she is now. I think that there is a big story there for her. And I'm excited to see her back next season for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I do think that she will make an appearance at the end of this season. I do believe that they will add any footage that they got of her coming out of prison at the end of this season. And I think that's pretty much all we'll get from her, is her being released from prison, showing that footage, her going home. And I think that's enough. And maybe we'll get a interview right after that with her and Andy sitting down in the clubhouse having a one-on-one conversation about her experience, whether or not she considers herself an alcoholic and everything. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty of why we all are really here. Let's see what Miss Candiace Dillard Bassett had to say about whether or not she would ever film with Monique Samuels.
Monique is back.
Oh.
Would you be okay or open to returning to the show with Monique being on it, or is this a Candy Phaedra situation? We gotta keep it real. We're gonna get to the tea and the shade.
Wellington,
I'm sorry, Candiace.
I understand Candy's plight. I understand where she sits. If I need to bargain to be somewhere, I don't need to be there. And if I need to be there, if I want to be there, there's no living or dead soul that is going to preclude me from being there. And so I am where I am right now. If and when the time comes that the Lord says it's time to go back, I follow Jesus, as you know I come from him.
Amen.
And, you know, if it's not time to go back, there are so many other things that I am excited about, that I'm working on. So many projects that need my attention, and a whole baby, and a whole husband, and a mama.
Right.
There's a lot of people in this camp that need my attention, and so I'm not hurting or missing anything at this time. But you know, I come from there. That's where I got started for so many of you who've gotten to know me. And I'm grateful for the platform. It will always have a special place in my heart. And if I go back, I go back. If I don't, I'll see you elsewhere. I'm here, aren't I?
Right.
I think that was a very smart answer for her to say, because why would you let anybody stop your bag? Okay, I ain't letting nobody stop my bag, regardless. And to be honest with you guys, even though they had such a bad fallout, the physical altercation, the mudslinging that was done afterwards, I don't think that this is something that they cannot come back from. I think that enough time has passed. I would hope that enough healing has taken place that they could film with each other and be neutral, much like how I think it's going to play out in this upcoming season of Potomac with Monique and Giselle. I think that they're going to be able to coincide with each other. Because at one point they had a good friendship. But I think that Monique needed that time away to fix her anger issues, whatever she had going on. Hopefully with Candiace being away from the show for the last 2 seasons now, she will have grown up and matured some, because it was needed, because they had a friendship there. And I think things went wrong when that incident happened at that farm or whatever they was at when Monique was pregnant. That's when everything went wrong and words were said. And I think neither one of them wanted to back down and be the punk in the situation. And then everything went left from there, you know. But I would love to see them sit down, really hash out things and have an honest conversation with each other. Put everything out on the table, take accountability for their rights and their wrongs, and move forward. That would be a huge moment to see 2 women, especially 2 Black women, sit down and really talk. If they need a mediator there, somebody, great. But literally sit down and talk with none of the other girls around and really get down to the nitty gritty of it all. Because I think at the end of the day, they're both hurt. They're both hurt by each other because they really honestly did care for each other. And I think that's why the situation went so far left the way that it did and got away from both of them. But I would love to see them be able to come back together and either, like I said, be cordial or actually work on a friendship again, because I do think that it is repairable. Enough time has passed away. It has. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about everything that Candiace had to say on the red carpet. Are you missing Candiace on your television screen? How do you all feel about her not returning for this season of Potomac? Do you think that this show is moving on from her? Do you think there is still a place for Candiace on the show now with the new women that have joined? Let's talk about it. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you guys know when my videos drop. I love you, T Squad, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.